Terry Stratton with Titan Shift on your right. Benjamin Nikolich, Jeskai Control on your left. These players will be given the green lights. And Terry Stratton going to show his handoff a little bit before playing a stomping ground. Pass and turn back over to Benjamin Nikolich. Wrong match. We'll be hopping over to our modern match. There we are. As there's a Valakut for Benjamin Nikolich. Scalding Tarn will be sacrificed. We'll see what land Nikolich wants to get. Nikolich winning our very first Open of the year when we were in Columbus. Actually beat his teammate in the Jeskai finals. Jeskai Mir in the finals, pardon. Kevin Jones. And Nikolich didn't just beat him. Kevin even tell you, he beat him pretty bad.
Oh, it was lopsided affair.
Yeah. Nikolich with a Sulphur Falls. We head back over to Stratton, who has not played a ramp spell just yet. Just a couple of lands, so no 2-mana ramps. Just a Verdant Catacombs, a Stomping Ground, and a Valakut. He'll sacrifice this Verdant Catacombs, will Terry Stratton. Going to search a land out of his deck. See if he goes with a Stomping Ground, potentially a Cinder Glade, or even a Sheltered Thicket. And Sheltered Thicket it will be.
So Stratton here playing the full 4 copies of Valakut on the list. We've seen some very combo style builds over the years that have sometimes gone down as low as 2. I think 3 is more common. I think now with Field of Ruin as part of the equation, you need to play 4 if you're playing this deck. There's just a lot more strip mining going on in Modern than there has been in the previous months, and I think you need 4 to be able to slog through it.
It'll be a snow-covered mountain there for Terry Stratton. And now we're going to see a Bloodbraid Elf. So there'll be a triggered, and we'll see a little bit of cascading here. Going to go by Scape Shift, Bloodbraid Elf. Here's a Lightning Bolt that's going to go upstairs. Not ideal, as Nikolich is going to fall down to 16. I imagine Stratton's probably looking for a ramp spell there. We'll see if Bloodbraid Elf resolves. It will. Nikolich, no answer for that yet, which is surprising given the deck that he's playing. He'll activate Field of Ruin to take care of a Valakut and get a land. Nikolich, you must remember, very good with the Jeskai control deck. Been playing it for a very, very long time. He's the one that innovated things like Teferi and Secure the Waste into this deck. Has had so much success with Jeskai control in 2018.
I think you get who has player shuffles 3 or more times in a turn.
That's me.
You got it.
Did I really?
Fetch land, Bloodbraid Elf, Cascade, Field of Ruin, end of turn.
You're counting the Bloodbraid Elf Cascade?
It says shuffle. It says shuffle the others, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how else would you define it?
All right, fine. Hey, I'm not arguing. Look at you playing an honest game. Look at you. Another Bloodbraid Elf here. Secure a Tri-Builder.
These Bloodbraids are.
How are they?
It's not quite like when Jund is Bloodbraid.
Yeah, how
say
are
that?
They? Not that good? I hope you're the one that has player shuffles 3 times.
Do neither of us? I thought one of us had it.
I'm almost positive it's you.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Come on.
It's not. It doesn't get me anywhere. But
come on. The long con there.
Yeah, like I have that much investment. Come on.
Zapcaster Mage is going to block Bloodbraid Elf. Nikolich is going to take a little bit more damage. There's a Valakut there for Terry Stratton. Pass the turn back over to Nikolich. And there's a Flooded Strand there for Benjamin. That's a Wooded Foothills. Here comes another attack. Lightning Helix will take care of that Bloodbraid Elf. Trickery Tri-Builder are going to get in there. Couple of bolts there in Terry Stratton's hand.
Escape Shift plus some bolts, it looks like.
Yeah. Could try to go for the win right now if you wanted to. In the face of 2 islands and a Flooded Strand, you have to worry about Logic Knot. That's really about it.
I mean, I have your standard Jeskai list, yeah. I mean, he could have a main deck negate or, you know what I mean, but it's not the worst window to go for it. The shields are down on Cryptic Command.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of interested in going for it, because the shields are down on Cryptic. How to go for it in this instance, for those of you wondering at home, is you sacrifice that Sakura Tribelder and then cast Scapeshift. However, it looks like Terry Stratton's going to go towards Summoner's Pact for Primeval Titan, try to resolve Primeval Titan. Well, Logic Knot was there. Cryptic Command in hand right now, too, for Benjamin Nikolich. So Primetime going to bite the dust. More importantly, Terry Stratton's going to have to pay for the Summoner's Pact next turn, so he's going to essentially have to take a turn off, which will give Benjamin Nikolich quite a bit of time, as Nikolich is going to sacrifice a Flooded Strand. Back over to Benjamin. He'll draw. He'll play a Steam Vents tapped. Cryptic Command at the ready. We know that.
Stratton with a whole lot of dice on the top of his deck.
Just want to make sure you don't forget to pay that back. Don't want to get a loss that way. Farseek the draw. Here's an attack for 1. Nikolich is going to fall down to 10.
A lot of pressure on Nikolich to either start racing a little bit in this game or find another Field of Ruin for the Valakut, because what can happen from this position is Stratton can just naturally make land drops and get into a position where he can burn out Nikolich that way.
Well, it is an interesting thing here that Terry Stratton does work himself into a little bit of inevitability. Now, here's Cryptic Command. I'm going to see him bounce Valakut and draw a card. We see this play a lot in this matchup. Valakut is so slow to the battlefield because it enters the battlefield tapped. Then you have to do your other things with it, so if you're Terry Stratton, you might think, okay, that's one less Cryptic Man I have to worry about, so perhaps I have some interest in going for Scapeshift here.
I think as long as the game looks like this, where you're applying pressure, you've got bolts in hand, so these little chip shots you're getting in are valuable. There's no reason to go for it. You might be able to bleed out of Nikolich's counterspells with non-critical pieces, and I think that's a much better way to go about doing it.
Well, here's a Bloodbraid Elf. If you want to talk about a non-critical piece, Sakura Tribelder certainly does count.
But it's like, okay, well, this is another 3-power haste creature, and my Light Toll is starting to get concerned, and the Sakura Tribelder matters because that's now approaching the point where Valakut can trigger, and all this stuff matters, but none of it's so good that it's worth firing off your best counterspells cast.
Nikolich is going to play Cryptic Command again. Looks like he's going to play counter draw, it looked like. There's bounce of Valakut draw a card, okay. So here comes Bloodbraid and the Tribelder. And that's interesting, seeing bounce Valakut.
Well, I think that if Nikolich has some sort of sweeper, he has to get the Valakut off the battlefield and then sweep. Because if the Valakut's on the battlefield, then the Tribelders are sacrificing and Stratton's potentially getting some Valakut triggers for his trouble. You can't do that. So,
well, Benjamin's down to 5, and I believe he does have a Supreme Verdict in hand.
Now the coast is relatively clear for Nikolich to cast a Supreme Verdict. Stratton's still going to get some mana for his trouble, and all these cards replace themselves anyway, but
well, here's Supreme Verdict. I think we're going to see Sakura Tribelders be sacked here, but I think Terry Stratton has 2 bolts in hand. So here's the first one, and there's the second one. And if they both resolve, that's going to do it, and that will do it. So Terry Stratton with Titan Shift is going to win game number 1 here over Benjamin Nikolich over Jeskai Control. So Titan Shift, just a couple hits here, a couple hits there, some Bloodbraids there, some bolts. Just some pretty normal stuff, honestly. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, but the normal cards there did a lot of lifting. I think you can look at a deck list like this and see these Bloodbraids and Lightning Bolts and say, well, I mean, these aren't really about anything. They don't seem very efficient for assembling the combo. But we saw that game. The threat of comboing out already put a lot of pressure on Nikolich to use his resources a certain way, and then the leftovers were good enough to get the job done.
Well, let's take a look at the sideboard here. We will start with a Jeskai Control player in Benjamin Nikolich, who's got 2 Celestial Purge, 2 Ceremonious Rejection, 2 Dispel, 2 Vendilion Click, a Baneslayer Angel, and Elspeth Sun's Champion, a Lyra Dawnbringer, and Engineer Explosives. 1 Negate, 1 Stony Silence, and a Wear Tear.
I like the Negate in this matchup. I like the 2 copies of Vendilion Click. And I would bring in the Baneslayer Angel and the Lyra Dawnbringer. These are not the easiest threats for Titanship to get off the battlefield, and you can pull yourself ahead and even get out of combo range if you're able to gain enough life.
On the other side of things, for our Titan Shift player, Terry Stratton has 4 Anger of the Gods, 4 Beast Within, 3 Dampening Sphere, 2 Tireless Tracker, and 2 copies of Abrade.
I definitely want the 2 copies of Tireless Tracker for this matchup. I can see Beast Within coming in. You might even be willing to Stone Rain and give off the 3/3 because it's not like Nikolich is applying a lot of pressure. Maybe not though. I could see leaving it at just the 2 copies of Tireless Tracker.
Yeah, Tracker is the one that you definitely do want, and then it's a question of if you actually want some number of Beast Withins or not.
And that's a question of do you have enough bad cards to cut? And you got 4 Bolt, 4 Obstinate Baloth. That's
Baloth main. Okay.
Yeah, 4 of those main. I think you have enough wiggle room there with those slots that I could see bringing in Beast Within. Maybe you don't want the full 4, but some number.
Well, those are the options there for Terry Stratton and Benjamin Nikolich. They'll be underway here in just a moment. Well, let's talk about SCG merch, my friends, where you can head over to StarCityGames.com/SCG merch and pick up hoodies, binders, Tarmo dice, gift cards, shirts, and a whole bunch more. If you're looking to give the gift of SCG, go to StarCityGames.com/SCG.
Short for merchandise.
That's right. As the hyperlink to go to. Help support this wonderful brand.
Yeah, wear some stuff with our logo on it, or buy some stuff with our logo on it, and use it day-to-day life, whatever. Some gift cards. I got a gift card. Had some leftover store credit at the booth. They gave it to me in a gift card. Now I got to use it on the website, whatever.
So you have the gift of SCG.
I do.
Perfect.
$41. I'm going to see if they accept it at the craps table.
I can only hope that they do. For Benjamin Nikolich.
Dealer, color me up.
For Benjamin Nikolich, a player we'll take a moment to learn a little bit more about. The 21-year-old from Fairfax, Virginia, with 7 open top 8s, 1 open win earlier this year, an invitational top 8 to his name as well. Student at George Mason University, studying cybersecurity engineering. That sounds difficult. Listens to DJ Khaled's All I Do Is Win Before Every Tournament, and is anxiously waiting for the release of The Doors of Stone. Do you know what The Doors of Stone is?
I do not. My best guess is the next Harry Potter book, but I don't know.
That's a good guess in the dark.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm guessing it's a board game.
All right.
I kind of want to know.
Bring it up on the phone.
I'm working on it.
Doors of Stone.
The Doors of Stone.
I hope it's not something just really inappropriate.
Well, then that shouldn't be on the slide, then. The Doors. I'm kind of okay, it comes up. It auto fills in a Google search. It's a book by Patrick Rufus.
Okay.
Rothfuss.
Some sort of fantasy, something or other.
Apparently a very well-known fantasy
Don't
author.
say
I wouldn't say very well-known at all.
I'm going to critique my producer here a little bit.
Yes, please do.
When I don't know what something is, don't describe it as well-known.
That's correct.
That's an implied insult.
Yeah. I never heard of that. I said his last name wrong.
Right.
I said Ruthless.
Yeah.
I think it's Ruthless.
It's well-known. I don't know if it's well-known or not, but I know that myself and the other person that I'm on air with didn't know who that was.
We don't know who it is.
We don't know who it is. So it just seems like you're taking a shot when you say it's well-known.
Some nobody writing books.
Right.
That's what he's doing. That's what that is. That's right. We'll take a poll later, the audience.
Right.
Don't tweet at us about this either. Sakura Tribelder resolves. Gonna go to Nikolich. And if that author's watching the broadcast, first of all, hello. Second of all, I'm sorry to not say your last name.
Yeah.
Rufus.
Sorry. Well-known.
Rothfuss.
I'm well-known.
Yep. Rothfuss. It's Rothfuss. Rothfuss. Okay. Is that a Think Twice? What year is this?
Yeah, that is a
Come on. All
right, so the first deal's bad, but the subsequent deal
it's worse.
It's also bad.
Yeah. Come on with Think Twice.
This is not as bad to me as Fire Ice and Legacy. Fire Ice and Legacy in multiple Legacy decks is the worst thing I've seen so far today.
Okay.
This is you know, it's not my speed, but I get it. One copy, I think. Let me see how many copies are in here.
It better be one. It better just be one.
2.
How?
2's a lot of that.
Ugh. It's so much mana to draw a card. Search for tomorrow with the Bloodbraid Elf, huh? You just play like Thought Scour in your Snapcaster Mage deck. I don't get it. And your Logic Knots? I got some real questions about Think Twice, but guess what? He's got 3 mana available. Can play it in a moment. Let's see what happened here.
He's got Shuffle's deck.
Oh, right. It's part of the rules of the game.
Right, because search for tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rules of the game. Terry's already got 5 mana, potentially 6 with Secure Tribelder. It could be up to 7 with a land drop for the next turn. Here's an attack for 4, puts you down to 13. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's his 2 for 1. You have Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah.
And I've got
I Think Twice.
Think Twice. Well, I don't have it anymore. It's gone. But I turned that 1 card into 2, and all it cost me was 5 mana over 2 turns.
And a little bit of life.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
yeah.
taking shots to the face. Valakut in hand. Couple of them, actually, for Terry Stratton. All right, beatdowns. Nikolich going to sacrifice a Scalding Tarn. Just get a basic mountain. Oh, no, here they come. Having a tough time with Twitter here. I'm under attack. It's all right. Just put that phone on airplane mode. We'll be all right. Here's a Tribelder. Follow-up, Valakut.
Ooh, second Think Twice. Mismatched art.
Draw a card. No, they're the same art. They're the same art.
Oh, no,
I
sorry.
promise.
The art that we brought up on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
sorry.
the same
I got confused.
It's all right.
You're under attack for what?
My inability to pronounce this famous author's last name.
Yeah.
Acclaimed author. In for 2. What's this? Electrolyzes. Extra medium here. Looks like Terry's going to search up a couple of lands here. Snow-covered mountain is 1. And snow-covered mountain is 2. See quite a few red sources on the battlefield here. 2 copies of Valakut as well. Updates on our scoreboard. Alex Rubin with Elves up a game here over Luke Purcell playing Miracles. It's not Miracles like it's 2012, folks, that has top counterbalance and Terminus. It's a little bit different now. So it's a little more difficult of a matchup there for Miracles. Not too surprised to see Elves actually up a game, even though they don't have Deathrite Shaman anymore. And for Kevin Jones against Chase Masters in the Blue Eye Control Mirror, the daddy currently up 1. Here's an Obstinate Baloth. Maybe a little surprised to see that creature in after sideboard.
No, I mean, the Jeskai deck still can pivot to burning you out, and I'm sure Stratton just wants to keep random threats in his deck.
Illogico. Logic Knots. We'll take care of that. Delve away 3 cards. Terry Stratton unable to pay 3 mana. So Obstinate Baloth taken care of. And we head back over to Nikolich here. Ben will draw. And he's at 2, by the way.
So Valakut triggers there on the Secure
yeah.
Tribelers.
Oh, yeah. That's 12 damage from the... roughly. That's a lot. Another Baloth. See if this resolves. Looks like it will. Well, all Nikolich needs to fade here is a mountain. Or anyway
For the whole game.
For the whole game. That's probably pretty easy.
Here we go. Flashback. Time to flash it back.
Thinking a 4th time? What do they call that? Think thrice. What's the 4th version? I call it Quattro. I don't call it Quattro.
No. No one calls it that.
Think Frice. Hollow Fountain Tap.
Stratton drawing pretty heavy here.
Nikolich has 3 Valakuts on the battlefield. Not bad. Not bad. Is it Bloodbraid time? Yeah, this will probably find something. Bloodbraid Elf. Cascade Trigger. Beast Within. Oh, that's not it.
Still weirdly a blank here.
Float of Mana. Gonna go get a Beast token, assuming this resolves, and it does. I guess that can trade with the Bloodbraid Elf, so.
Well, Nikolich is at 2. This is going to have to chump block the Baloth unless he's got something else.
Wait, he's got, well, there's a Bloodbraid Elf and a Baloth. He's at 2, so he's got to have something else, right? To even make it through this turn.
Yep.
Let's see what this is. Snappy? All right. Is it Cryptic Command, tap them all? No. All right, there are your blocks. I mean, targeted a Lightning Helix with a Snapcaster Mage. All right, so Snapcaster Mage and Bloodbraid Elf will trade. The Beast token gets in front of Obstinate Baloth. And now there's Helix to take care of the Baloth. All right, battlefield's clear, up to 5. 5 is not that high of a life total against those Valakuts that he's facing down, all 3 of them, but better than nothing as we head back over to Benjamin Nikolich. Serum Visions, I believe, the draw. Serum Visions is where he'll start.
Ooh.
Lyra Dawnbringer.
I mean, we can fade a mountain.
I think you probably got to go for this.
I don't think your Teferi is getting you very far here. So.
No.
I mean, it's unlikely. Again, he's got to fade a lot of cards, but it's at least something.
He has to fade the actual world. Right.
Not the most confident casting, you know.
Nope. Your turn.
But
I'm trying to think of what the worst draw is. Okay, Beast Within, sure. I'm trying to think of what Terry Stratton can draw that is a whiff besides a Valakut. You're dead. That's it. Terry Stratton going to win this game and match here over Benjamin Nikolich. 2-0. Titan Shift going to dust up Jeskai Control. And for the team of Rubin, Stratton, and Chase Masters, on the board. Up 1. As we're getting ready to watch a little blue-eye control action now, folks. Kevin Jones, Chase Masters is where we're headed. Get some standard in our lives. Titan Shift, I think, pretty good against that Jeskai Control deck.
Yeah, you could see here it was hard for. It wasn't so much about stopping the combo.
Yeah.
You know, Nikolich has got a lot of game there, but there's a lot of small battles he has to fight along the way while protecting himself against the combo, and that was asking a little bit too much in those games.
Yeah, just a smidge too much. So we're going to zone in now to the Kevin Jones Chase Masters match. Get our game state here for you. Now, keep in mind, both these players really no creatures in their main deck. And so it looks like there's a judge call about a land drop here between these two players and where exactly they are in the game. So we may just jump over to Legacy instead. It looks like game number 2 is just now underway of that, so we don't want to sit here and bore you to death. We want to actually see some action, and Legacy will bring it to us. Although it looks like Alex Rubin having a little bit of difficulty this game. Looks like Luke Purcell has a Snapcaster Mage here, a couple of cards in the graveyard. He's got 3 lands on the battlefield, while Alex Rubin with a Quirin Ranger and a Pendelhaven, and not much past that. That's a Green Sun Zenith. For 0, which yields a Dryad Arbor.
Is that on your board?
No, on my board, of course, is Fetchland finds Dryad Arbor.
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Because why would anything go right ever?
Dude, come on.
How about that? How about that?
Come on.
Because why would anything good happen? That was a beating by Titan Shift.
Yes, it was.
That was a beating. Swords of Plowshares that. Okay. Swords of Plowshare that. All right, I do have player loses with no permanence on the battlefield. We got any Wastelands in that Miracles deck? I know the answer is no.
No.
Oh, a Cradle. Nice.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no.
Here's a Heritage Druid. What's this?
It's got to be some sort of Nettle Sentinel promo.
Yeah, I believe that is a Nettle Sentinel.
Explosives. Explosives. Assuming that it is what I think it is.
Of the engineered variety?
No, I'm speaking to the Nettle Sentinel.
Well, there is an Explosives in hand here for Luke Purcell. He and Benjamin Nikolich, along with Jonathan Rossum, top 8 in Worcester last weekend. This weekend they team with the daddy instead of Awesome Rossum. Yeah, I'm going to play EE and probably go Kaboom here. Yeah, just keep that battlefield clear as best you can. Maybe a Wirewood Symbiote there for the record. Yeah, it's a Wirewood.
Okay, if it's a Wirewood, then yeah, sure. Then it's a lot more complicated.
Elvish Visionary, the draw there for Alex Rubin. There is Heritage Druid. You see for Alex Rubin does have a copy of Abrupt Decay in hand. No black mana at this stage of things. Follow-up is another Wirewood. Pass the turn back over to Luke Purcell. Luke will sacrifice a Polluted Delta very quickly. Lose life in the process, get himself a basic island. We'll see where Luke opts to go from here. As there's the promo, kind of different version of Wirewood Symbiote. Very, very good card in Elves, as you know, as here is Jace the Mind Sculptor. Very, very good Magic card in general, as it'll draw 3 cards. Unfortunately there for Purcell, 3 lands, but 2 of them will likely go on top of his deck. And he's got some protection there with the 2 Force of Wills in hand.
Yeah, he's got counterbalance also in the next turn, and he can start really cinching in the locks. Very short order here if this Jace isn't killed.
Wooded Foothills to draw here for Alex Rubin. This is a little interesting. Could actually take care of Jace this turn.
With Pendelhaven plus.
You play your land, you play your Wooded Foothills, get a black source, that plus Cradle, Abrupt Decay is the Snapcaster Mage, and then you attack with the 2 creatures, Pendelhaven one of them. This might be a little too risky for my taste, but he still may be able to get it done no matter what. Not too sure.
Well, alternatively, he can just pump the 1 the Snapcaster blocks, knock Jace down to 2, and try for it next turn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. So you're not wrong.
I prefer your line also.
I would like Jace to be dead.
Yeah.
Entreat the Angels, the draw. No Miracle either.
Yeah, I think his plan here is to. He wanted to have it as an option just in case something weird happened, but I think he intends on brainstorming that away and trying to get a bigger retreat after he stabilizes the board a little bit. And now that he's found Terminus, his position gets even better.
Yep. Force of Wills to defend self. Has the ability to play Counterbalance this turn if Luke Purcell would like to. And what's even nicer here is actually the ability to hard cast a Force of Will.
Mm-hmm. So he's got 2 counter spells as backup here.
Mm-hmm.
Plus he's floating a Terminus and an Entreat.
Oh, fetch a Dryad Arbor. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Mm-hmm.
Could use that square. That's nice. Cleansing Nova, destroying all creatures. I'd be shocked if there's a Cleansing Nova registered in the room.
I think it's unlikely that you get that space.
Come on, Nick.
Come on, Nick.
After all we've been through.
Get it together.
Yeah, after all we've been through, this is how you do me this weekend in Philadelphia. Graveyard Marshals and Cleansing Novas. Come on, man. All right, Jace down. See what comes next here for Alex Rubin. That Cradle's going to tap for 3 green. It's an Elvish Visionary. I'm going to leave a green left over. And that's going to resolve. Cradle the draw. Wirewood will be used. Pick this up. Untap that Dryad Arbor. It'll be able to tap for mana now. Visionary. No mana floating. And that'll resolve as well. Elves getting to reload a little bit here. Glimpse the draw. Well, well, well.
Yep, Rubin drawing up a lot of resources that play well in a long game, but he might not be that well set up if Purcell just goes Terminus into Entreat the next turn.
Well, there's your Terminus. And we know Retreat's the next card down. And Entreat would be able to close the game out pretty quickly. It doesn't take a lot of time for it to do its thing. There's a Flooded Strand.
And Purcell's still sitting on 2 forces, one of which can be hard cast, and a blue card to go along with the other one.
Now, do keep in mind, Entreat on top of the deck from Jace, we know that. Fetch land there, too. Just got to be a little careful. Here is Counterbalance. That might scare Alex into playing maybe a little bit more conservatively. No Sensei's Divine top on the battlefield, but here's a Green Sun Zenith. Looks like for 0. Smart play there by Luke, just saying that resolves since he knows the top card of his deck. No reason to give away any additional information. Dryad Arbor the Find. And now here is Cradle tapping for a green, another Cradle tapping for just a green. It'll be Elvish Visionary. Draw a card. Picked up a Surgical Extraction. Did Alex. Luke will reveal Entreat the Angel's Miracle Style.
And still sitting on his counter spells. In a position to maybe end this game over the course of a turn or two.
I kind of want to do this for the full amount. Yeah. Give me all the full angels. Let's see if we can get this game over with already. There they are. Remember, that was his draw for the turn. No more cards coming. Land for the turn is a Flooded Strand. Kick it back over to Alex Rubin, who can't really do any real attacking now. Our Elves player will draw a copy. It looks like maybe of Natural Order. Didn't get a great look. I like playing the Surgical here. If you can't win, you might as well get some info.
Ooh.
And, well, Counterbalance. Gonna reveal Brainstorm and counter that.
That is really bad for Rubin because there are other 1-cost cards in his hand he would love to cast this turn.
Oh, are there?
It wouldn't surprise me that Surgical was just testing the water to see what was on top.
Yeah. He certainly found out. Cradle going to tap for 2 green. Looks like Scavenging Ooze might be the choice now. But how much info do you want to give away here when you are very unlikely to win this game?
I don't know if Rubin feels that way. I mean, if Purcell draws a Brainstorm next turn, he doesn't have a 1 on top of his deck anymore necessarily. And if you build up enough of a board now where next turn your Glimpse is lethal, you know, with Purcell having Force of Will in hand, we know that this whole chain of events is very challenging to have come together, but Rubin doesn't know that.
It's true. This is a Reclamation Sage to go after the Counterbalance. Force of Will, removing Force of Will. Okay.
And with Rubin at 16, he's saying, Purcell is saying, I can kill you in one shot. And I don't think you can handle these flyers. And I don't think you can win with your one-cost cards being locked out.
Well, Rubin's thought process here is I've got a Scavenging Ooze, I've got access to 2 green mana, I can gain a little bit of life. All right, well, I'm going to gain some life. Ooze will get a little bit bigger. Rubin may fall down to just 1 from this attack as he goes up to 17. And I'm not sure that Dryad Arbor can go active that turn. I think he may have Greenstone Zenith for that turn, last turn. Not 100% positive.
Neither am I.
No, it was actually active because the turn after Terminus, he got that back. And then the Entreat came, so no, he's okay. Here's a Brainstorm.
Here we go.
With Glimpse on the stack. Got to find a 1. Found 1 in Swords to Plowshares. Interesting. Top card, Portent. That'll work too. Need to be a big Glimpse turn. Let's see what we got now.
I think Purcell also found a source of Plowshares he could put in his hand.
Yep, which is what he did. He put Swords in his hand, Portent on top of the deck. Portent will lock out the 1-drops in combination with Counterbalance. And that'll be a concession. So, Luke Purcell, Alex Rubin getting ready here for game number 3. And in the meantime, Kevin Jones took care of the blue-white control mirror. He defeated Chase Masters 2-0. So we're all tied up match-wise now. And now it comes down to this. Between Luke Purcell and Alex Rubin. It is interesting, this matchup, with the bannings that took place what seems like forever ago of Sensei's Divining Top. This match was probably not as bad for Elves as it was 2013, 2014.
Yeah, because you were so soft to the counterbalance lock. And now that isn't nearly as good as it used to be.
And you don't have to be nearly as scared of Terminus.
Right. But also, those cards are still quite good against you, even if they aren't as good as they used to be.
Yeah, before they were just unbeatable.
Yeah.
They really were, especially with the Miracles player just being able to float a Terminus through their top for as long as they wanted.
Yeah, just say, wait. Okay, now you put your 4th thing on the table. Now I'll fire this off and beat you with the leftovers.
Absolutely ruin you. So these players talking back and forth, figuring out how they are going to sideboard here. And while they do that, we're going to talk a little Guilds of Ravnica pre-release, and that's our awesome playmat that we have for that. Meals on Steel. Now, you saying this is dangerous? What's dangerous about this?
Unsafe labor conditions.
What's dangerous about this? They look comfortable. They're just having lunch. Where would you want to have lunch?
They could use an area to eat that isn't so, like if one of them slips, they don't just instantly die. I guess the birds could be okay.
I think the birds would be totally fine. I think the hippo
crashing straight through dozens of beams on his way down to the ground.
I think the hippo would land very safely. Has a lot of mass there. Comfy fall. And they just jump on him.
That is how falling works.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you just if you're soft enough, then it's just fine.
We go back to our graphic very quickly because I have to tell you we have to actually tell them information about it now.
Okay.
About when the pre-release is.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Sell the product, I guess.
Exclusive Creature Collection playmat. Pre-release is September 29th and 30th. Your local game store can sign up today over at go.starcgames.com/pre-release.
There you go. That's for the Guilds of Ravnica pre-release. Bring this playmat to your local store. Meals on Steel. I could never name these things. I'm not that creative.
No.
Just not that creative. I'm just saying, sometimes you want to hang out in the sky and eat lunch.
I would not be good to name those things because I would just literally describe the art image.
So what would you name that one? Unsafe labor conditions?
Animals eating.
Yeah. Here is a Thoughtseize. We see a hand. Swords of Plowshares, Portent, Snapcaster Mage, bunch of lands. here for Luke Purcell. We'll head back over to Luke now. A little port in action now. We call that the slow trip. It's actually one of my favorite cards.
Plays well with Terminus, you see.
Oh, I think I get it. That card, by the way, that was discarded was a copy of Enlightened Tutor.
Oh, okay.
As it can find counterbalance. Here's another
Ban
Foxes.
all new artwork.
Yeah? Let's get rid of it all.
Get rid of all of it.
Thoughtseize will take care of Engineer Explosives. We go back over to Luke. Luke will draw an island. He's got a counter spell in hand. Alex will draw. Land is a Cradle.
It's really frustrating, the having player controls multiple lands that don't produce mana.
Yeah.
As a bingo square, because the deck has both Gaia's Cradle and Dried Arbor, which are individually true but never together.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you can't win that way.
Yeah, you can't win that way.
You can't win that way. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I take the small things. All right, Nettle Sentinel. Well, never mind. Just ignore me.
Yep. See,
Ignore
these
me.
cards are still good.
They are.
It's not as good as when you had Divine Top, but
Yeah,
these cards are still very
yes.
good against elves.
Terminus still taking care of elves all day long. Turning off cradles and everything. Back to Alex, who started this game off with a couple copies of Thoughtseize to see if the coast was clear. None of it mattered. Land of War Elves. Nettle Sentinel. Pass. Thinking about casting a Swords of Plowshares is Luke Purcell.
I think he's thinking about casting it in part because he's got a Snapcaster he wants to do something with, but he can afford to wait a turn.
Well, sitting pretty at 20 life. And your opponent doesn't really have much going on. Yeah, I think he can afford to wait a little bit. Plains and pass. Back to Rubin. Cavern of Souls to go along with an Elvish Visionary. Beatdowns. Love it.
See, the Snapcaster kind of kills three things because you have the Swords of Plowshares, and then your Snapcaster Mage can block, and then you can plow again. So I'm not really looking to commit the Snapcaster Mage until there's a third. I guess if he wants to snap Enlightened Tutor, sure, that's fine.
Really get the lock going here.
Go get Humility.
Humble him.
Humble him.
Yes.
Make you humble.
Here's an Elvish Visionary.
It's outside of Abrupt Decay range to boot.
It's true.
And it is one of Magic's top 10 most baffling cards of all time. So hopefully we can get some good interactions going.
All right. Humble him. Or we're going to counterbalance. Oh, well, you already went right by. Yes. Yes. Do not fetch with that Arid Mesa after this. That would be awkward. Humility. We'll take a look. It's very easy to understand.
Yeah. Creatures loses all abilities. What's an ability, you ask? I hope you have several hours.
Oh ho ho. Surgical Extraction, the last card. That was drawn off the Elvish Visionary.
Just to give the deck a wash.
And to take all the Terminuses.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
This is a big shuffle. Big shuffle coming.
Yeah. All right. Ready to make a wager?
On what?
I predict that Luke Purcell will draw Jace the Mind Sculptor now.
Okay. I believe that he won't. I mean, it's unlikely. What odds are you providing?
I don't know. You tell me.
What odds? I'm asking what odds you'll give me. You're the one making the bet here.
What are good odds for this situation?
I don't know. The number of cards in his deck divided by the number of Jace the Mind Sculptors.
Okay, let's do that.
I don't know how many cards are in his deck. He has 3 Jaces. Pick a number.
42
42 what?
cards. in his deck. He drew Jace, didn't he? Hey, he drew a Brainstorm. You win this time. You win this time.
House wins again.
Yeah. They're going to be doing a lot of that later.
Enjoy your stay at the Valley Forge Casino and Resort.
They're going to get the better of me tonight, too. That's okay, though. That's okay. Tundra. Very powerful land. Actually, Rubin is in some bad shape this game. Now it's Brainstorm. 1. Yeah, Humility. Found it again. Long Force of Will.
Plus a blue card.
Yep. All right, this matchup might still be bad for Elves.
Humility is a ton.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
What are abilities, you ask?
Yes.
Well, it's any text box they have.
Yeah. They're all gone. Even natural order you can't backdoor into. I don't even know what Alex's best draw is right now. Get in there for 2.
He needs like Die Wins Elite. He needs 2. He needs 2 elves.
Found it.
Ding 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 ding.
Whatever. We have a plan. 2
yeah,
more.
I mean whatever. Keep hitting.
2 more. Pluto Delta the draw. Ponder. You really need him to shuffle. There's a counterbalance in there. You need your opponent not to draw Jace. And you need to draw a lot of creatures. Draw. Predict. Nice.
And you know. You know.
This is not random. What are you putting in the bin there? Counterbalance. Gone. Draw 2 more cards.
Just got to find a sweeper, even a blocker to clean up this board.
What do you mean a blocker? There'd be a 1/1.
Sure.
Take that.
Entreat's still fine. Get a bunch of them.
That's true. Swords of Plowshares a 1/1. Choose wisely. All right. Gone.
Humility is a baffling design. Like, did they play a game with it, and at the end of the game said the game was more fun because humility was involved?
I believe that they may have. Let's go back to Alex.
It was fun because we select cards for our decks based on their characteristics, and then none of them had them anymore.
That's correct. They're all gone. Do we want to fire off a swords? We do. Zoop. All right. Alex with nothing to do. He's drawn all spells.
This is a terrible design. It is a terrible
I was
design.
waiting for you to say that. I just wanted to give you a moment to get it out. That's all. Wow, Purcell's drawing really bad right now. There's a really wide open window here for Alex, and Alex also drawing bad.
To deploy any number of 1/1s with
Yes.
no text box.
Misty Rainforest. I think that can find a Dryad Arbor. Purcell is drawing lands. All lands and a Force of Will. Yes. Have a plan? It's time to engage. 13 attacks left. Draw a card. Hiya! Down to 12. Try to resolve a glimpse here, maybe? A little cantrip in. All right. Remember, he doesn't have to worry about Terminus anymore. They're all gone. All right, Hardcast Force of Will. That's fine. Scavenging Ooze. Still a 1/1.
1/1.
1/1. Draw a card. Pithing Needle. So no.
Yeah, Pithing Needle has lost some sting now that Rubin's cards don't have abilities anymore.
No.
And Pithing Needle's good against abilities. Should name Windswept Heath.
In for There's a Heath. Pass the turn back. Draw a card. Another. This is unbelievable. Draw. Does he have another Dryad Arbor? Turn up the heat, Alex. Yes. I think Luke might. I think he might lose.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's absolutely in play.
3 more. Play Wooded Foothills.
Just
Pass.
any good draw should ice this thing, but
Well, you draw Force of Will. That's normally a good card. What is this? This is Needle? All right.
Wooded Foothills if you don't respond. Wooded Foothills.
What do you want to name now?
I don't know. 3-drop Nissa, I guess. I don't know. What would you name? What are you supposed to name here?
Some sort of weird planeswalker.
Yeah, 3-drop Nissa, I guess.
It's probably the best one.
His deck has no powers in it anymore.
Yep.
So, Windswept Heath.
Yeah, sure.
Just get him. That's fine too. But
I think we might be in turns now. Humble him. Someone's being humbled.
what an absolutely terrible game.
Yeah,
this
it's
is.
not great. It's not great. But I like the journey that we're
Oh
on.
yeah. It's all part of the range.
Yeah, I like the journey.
Celebrate it all.
All right, what do we draw?
I like slow rolling your draw step like your cards have abilities. Like, oh, what's this one?
Yeah.
It's the same as any of the other ones.
Ooh, Zenith.
Don't think just what it,
Yeah, do it for more than. What do you do it for?
I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, he did it with Cradle. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's all the same.
Yeah. Big card. Doesn't matter. Doesn't do anything.
Surprising that you wouldn't force a will that. Now it's lethal.
It's lethal now.
Now it's
yeah.
lethal.
Ooh, surgical. Yeah, I would have forced a willed that. What are we going to surgical? Snapcaster or Swords? One of the two. Not going to force that either, huh? I think you might not be forcing just out of frustration.
Yeah, I understand you're thinking maybe he has some sort of follow-up, but, I mean, Rubin's just been casting what he can cast,
Yeah.
so. I would have forced his threat card. Now you're looking at lethal this turn.
All right, Luke, you need a good one, or you are dead to all these stinky elves and Dryad Arbors. Draw a card. I think it's turn 2 of extra turns. Hiya! Brainstorm. Best draw on the deck, maybe. 1 is an Entreat. 2 is a Jace. 3 is an Island.
That might be enough to worm his way into a draw. Jace bounce, untap, entreat for the whatever, $1 million.
So you're saying Jace bounce a creature,
Go to 1 on the hit,
Entreat for inf.
entreat for whatever, block out, win.
Well, interesting thing here. Luke doesn't have a ton of lands. He's got some fetches in there.
Yeah, I guess that's, does he have enough to entreat?
It's not like the best Entreat. Here's Jace.
But the thing is, if he attacks you down to 1, you get another unsummon too.
Sure.
And if he attacks the Jace down, then you don't have to worry about that. So
Yep.
you're buffered in either direction.
Yep. Well, we could have, now that he has a creature back in hand, we could have like a pretty good glimpse turn.
Yep, that's a route. You could glimpse enough to go wide on the battlefield.
Ignoring Jace doesn't surprise me too much. Remember, you don't have to worry about Terminus at all. You don't have to worry about Force of Will. Can't crack the fetches. Can't exile a card from hand. So to me, this feels like a glimpse do stuff turn.
Yeah, I mean you can't take it with you at this point.
Yeah.
You're at no risk of losing the game.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised not to see glimpse cast there, honestly.
It's like, what's the harm?
Yeah.
You're unlikely to go that far, but like anything
Additional is great.
He's at 1. Anything extra is good.
There's Entreat. It's for 5. And you mentioned the ability to unsummon something.
Oh, if he's got a decay though.
So he can decay 1 of the angels. Bounce a Scavenging Ooze.
So he's drawing to another decay?
Correct.
Okay.
Elvish Visionary, which does not draw a card in this situation. Yeah, so that's why I don't like the glimpse turn, because he would have maybe drawn another creature. So he could have gone like Scavenging Ooze,
Just go wide enough to
creature,
get
and just go wide enough to win. And now it's probably going to play itself in a draw. I don't know what this finds. I mean, it potentially
second decay. He's still drawing to second decay.
Wirewood.
He needs to have enough mana. It's complicated to do everything, but
Yep, little mana floating, draw a card. Queer and Ranger. Okay, okay. Hasn't played a land yet, so has another cradle to play.
Yep.
All right, another spell. Draw a card. Verdant Catacombs. Play another cradle. Pick this up. Do this. Bunch of manas. 1, 2, 3, 7. Bunch of green mana floating. He just has to keep chaining off. He's got another creature.
Just cast whatever he can cast. Just keep cycling and try to find.
Draw a card. Wirewood, draw a card, looking for another decay glimpse.
Is that the end of the road here?
I believe that's the end of the road.
Yeah, he's on natural order, land, decay.
Yep, decay 1 blocker, can't kill you. We'll do the dance. It's going to be a draw between these two teams as Luke Purcell, Benjamin Nikolich, and Kevin Jones will draw against Alex Rubin, Terry Stratton, and Chase Masters. Fun game, though.